Hey, welcome back. I'm Adam.
I'm Brett.
And we are
the WALTWINS.
And today
we're doing a little fun cook. Appetizers.
Absolutely. And this is one that actually has been requested. I would say one of our most highly requested cook items, oddly enough, which is bacon wrapped jalapeno popper.
And you know what they do? They're nosy. They get jalapeno business.
New jokes, brother. We're looking for new jokes. If you want to see our take on this classic, our take with the bacon wrapped jalapeno popper, then stick around while we dig in.
I can't believe the WALTWINS. They're right there. That's one of them. That's the other one.
I'm the other one.
Like we said, welcome back. However, if this is your first time with the WALTWINS, welcome. Consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything that we do together, especially cooking, well, mainly cooking, and just generally having a good time together. We just love being together, and especially when we got the Blackstone behind us. But today we are super excited for this cook. Brett has done this all the time. In fact, he will tell you this has become a
weekly staple. Just
every
like all
cook
our
that
other
we do on the
cooks.
Blackstone becomes a weekly staple. But we're doing also a little bonus here. Aside from the bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers, Brett is obsessed with pepperoncinis.
Yes, and the bacon wrapped pepperoncinis, that definitely is a staple in my household. We do it at least twice a week. This is one I highly recommend. It's bacon wrapped. I do these mainly in the air fryer, but I also do them on the Blackstone. If I'm just cooking something, hey, you know what, let's throw a quick app up on the Blackstone as well. I'll toss these, wrap them with bacon, and toss them on the side as well.
All right, but let's talk about the groceries and see what we're dealing with today.
Here's what we've got. Today we are going to be making 6 jalapeno poppers. So you can see the fresh jalapenos. We got this thick cut bacon. We got the Philadelphia cream cheese, some toothpicks to hold it together, cheddar cheese, and of course, there they are, the pepperoncinis.
That is right, excellent. And we will be using to cut up our jalapenos. This is the Farberware pairing EdgeKeeper knife. If you've watched our channel enough, you know we love them. Our main reason we love them is because they're relatively inexpensive. They are super, super sharp, and we love that about them. And there's a link to these below. We are at Amazon affiliates, which means we get a small kickback every time you use the link, but it costs absolutely nothing extra to you, which is why we offer it. And this is something that Brett introduced to me, and I am loving this. But we are going to show you the process that we do to cut these jalapenos, and I'm going to tell you, Brett's the one that taught me this, and let's just say I'm more than grateful that he did. All right, so here we go. We are going to go ahead and prep our jalapenos.
Jalapenos first.
We got some good ones. We got some thick ones. We got some little ones. We got kind of all size ones, but these are just regular jalapenos we picked up at our Publix at our grocery store. So the way we are going to prep this may be a little bit different than others that we've seen. What we're going to try to do is salvage the very backside so we don't lose any of the cream cheese and anything out. So when I'm cutting these, when we're prepping these, I'm just cutting right at the base to make sure that I don't cut that out completely. Again, that just really ensures that we're going to keep things nice and neat. So all I'm doing is laying this flat just to show you the cut here. We're going right in the middle, as close to the middle as we can. If it's not perfect, that's okay, because these will end up holding back together in just a minute. All right, so again, just right down the back, down the spine there. Now what we need to do is we need to clean these out. So we've got our spoon here, and all I'm gonna do is take out all the seeds and this little this little end right here. We just wanna cut this out. Again, I'm trying to preserve the back so we don't cut through it. And this is all I'm gonna do. So I have found that this is the best way, and I'll show you when we're all done why that's important. We're getting rid of the seeds and the ribs here. All right, so we've got those cleared, but what we want to do, kind of want to be careful. We don't want to lose the mates here because then it becomes hard to match them up.
Trust me, I know.
Brett knows from personal experience. In fact, that's one of the first things he taught me. Make sure you match them up so when we're putting cream cheese in them, we're not having problems.
The very first time I made these, let's just say they were, I was wearing mismatched shoes the whole time.
Mismatched shoes, that's a good way of putting it. Whoops, one more. All right, we've got these prepped. The one thing we want to do, we don't want any seeds near because we're going to prep right here again. So we're going to go ahead and dump all of the seeds. Next up here is, well, to prep our jalapeno poppers. So here's what we got going on, and this is the way that Brett taught me, and I love it. We're just taking our cheese.
In this case, I would suggest finely shredded cheese like Adam has here. I have used the thicker cut cheese. You don't feel like you get as much. It is more bulky, so this just lays down nice flat inside the jalapeno.
So all we're doing is we're gonna go ahead and fill our cream cheese here. And what we're doing is we're just taking a chunk of cream cheese to fill that entire piece.
That is
and we're
perfect,
gonna do
bro.
both sides. That's right. It is just
There
about
you go.
darn
Stick
near
them together
perfect.
so we know
Yep.
who is who.
That's right. Now this is the easy part when we stick these together. So those two, and that's probably a little bit too much cream cheese. That one's gonna be a little messy, and that's okay though. That's what we're dealing with. All right, let's build these. These look really messy. I've seen people make them look a lot prettier than ours are. So now for the most important part, right, Brett, would you say?
Yes, this is also known as the tastiest part because it's bacon.
It is the bacon. So one thing that I actually learned is we're going to start and we're going to pull the bacon tight. The reason for this is because as we pull it tight, as it cooks, it's going to cook more evenly through, but even better is as it tightens, as it cooks, it will tighten around the jalapeno. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to take our toothpicks. I'm going to find my end here, and I want to make sure I get it good all the way through without getting my finger. That would not be good.
And this toothpick is going to play two roles here. Obviously, it's keeping the bacon to the jalapeno popper, and as well as the bacon as it cooks is going to have a tendency to want to open up. Right. So this is going to keep that from happening as well.
So there's our first one. We're going to line these up and get these good to go. All right, so there we go. Our jalapeno poppers are ready to go. Brett, though, is going to do his
pepperoncinis.
We are going to cut that bacon
right in half. Normally, I would do more because, like I said, we do have this often at my house, but we just want to show this cook because it is nice and easy, the prep time or the prep with this. So I'm going to pull the pepperoncinis.
So really what we're gonna do is prep this very similar to, well, the jalapeno poppers, but these are a lot smaller. We didn't stuff these. These just have that natural pepperoncini juice inside.
We just go
so Brett's
around
rolling it tight.
like this.
Oh, already get that juice going through.
That's
why we only want one toothpick as well, because we don't want to lose, we want to preserve as much of that juice as possible. So all we're doing is just wrapping it nice and tight because the thickness and the width of the bacon, it goes nearly perfectly around that pepperoncini. So I'm just making sure this is tight enough to really pull through.
So that the bacon can cook all the way through. Remember,
So the bacon
we
can
are not
cook.
flipping this bacon because we can't.
Right.
So we got to make sure that it does get cooked all the way through.
All right, well, let's get these to the Blackstone. So we're pushing 400 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and toss these on. Brett, hand me the plate there. All right, we should hear some sizzle right when we toss that. There's a thin layer of oil already on there, and the bacon grease is gonna do the rest of the work. Oh yeah. That sounds amazing. It already smells amazing. This is gonna be crazy. So I'm right in here, my middle zone right here is right where we'll be cooking. Rather than a full-blown timed cook, we're gonna use our eyeballs to kind of check this. We'll keep looking to make sure it's okay. Right now we're temping close to 410 degrees, and we'll just keep watching this. All right, we've been about 2 minutes in. Let's take a look at what we got going. Oh man, I opened that. That was almost unfair. That smell is so good. All right, so we're crisping up a little bit on that bottom side. So we're gonna do as much as we can here, flipping. Working around those toothpicks is gonna be a little bit of an issue, but we will make it work. If we can and we feel confident, I can pull those toothpicks off, although on these pepperoncinis, I feel like that will just completely unravel. So we're gonna keep turning this the best we can. So we'll keep an eye on this and let it keep going. And now that I'm looking, I actually wanna bring the temperature down just a little bit because that bacon is cooking pretty quick on that side. So we're getting a little dark. I'll show you what I mean. Right there, it's darkening just a little bit, which is fine. I just want to make sure we're not burning the side of the bacon before we can get through the cook here. So we'll just keep an eye on it here. There we go, a few more minutes. All right,
Smells so good.
It does. Go ahead and pull the hood there. All right, so, I also, so what I did, Brett, is I put it on low because the first time it was cooking really fast and I thought, I want to control the cook a little bit more. So we've got this all the way down, not on low, but just above the lowest setting.
Okay.
And this will allow me to just kind of keep controlling the flip because some of this bacon is cooking pretty quick.
Just a heads up, this can end up being a very messy cook. Don't worry about that. It's a delicious cook, I promise.
And this will take quite some time. This one, last time we did this, it took us, what, 35 minutes, roughly, give or take?
Probably from start to finish. The bacon is a good 15, at least 15, 20 minutes on because, again, we're cooking it all the way through only on one side of the bacon. So,
all right, let's go. Let's take a gander, brother. Every time you lift that lid off, it just smells so good. Okay, that bacon is cooking up really good, right? I'm gonna try pulling some toothpicks here to see if we can get to the raw side. Last time I felt like we had an easier time cooking the
bacon?
Yeah, the bacon around this. Like it just, okay, that's holding now. That's holding, bro.
Maybe that's the thing, man. Just try pulling toothpicks one at a time. If it's holding, keep it.
This one's just about done. I'm just gonna try to brown that one side. Let those go. Brett, these are working. This is actually working relatively well.
I'm happy with that, dude. And because we're using a thicker cut bacon, I thought for sure they were going to spring wide open, but I was wrong. Apparently,
it's holding. It's been cooking long enough that it's holding well.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna get to the part that's raw. All of those are cut out. Brett, that actually worked really well. I'm really happy.
Dude,
now,
so happy.
Last time Brett and I cooked these together, we left the toothpicks on and they seemed to be just fine for whatever reason. I'm sure it had to do with toothpick placement. I have a lot of light pink. So we went ahead and pulled those and those are holding together so well. I've seen it go both ways. That's why I was a little bit nervous to pull those. I've seen people pull them, worked out perfect, just like these did. Yeah. I've also seen people pull them and all of a sudden they've got a jalapeno and they've got some flat bacon. So there it is. But this seems to be working out just well. Maybe they've been cooking long enough that bacon is tightening up and holding on to the jalapeno. I'm laughing. Brett pointed out that he did the double cover. I didn't know what he meant.
Because, you know, you might not be covered enough. So you throw the dome down and then the cover, and if you really want to, you can doggy pile on top of it. You may get some burns, but still. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
Dude, I say that one is done.
Yep.
First pepperoncini is boom, what we call done. This one, oh, it fell off.
That's jumped. Okay. This is what we were talking about. The pepperoncini is my favorite part of this cook, as much as I love the jalapeno poppers, but like I said, these pepperoncini, bacon wrapped pepperoncinis happen at my house a couple times a week. I'll just say like, hey man, let's throw in some pepperoncinis, whether we make it a side dish, whether we decide to have a whole meal of appetizers, much like we're doing here, or we'll just want a quick snack. Throw some of these in the air fryer and get them done. And again, you can do them on the Blackstone too.
Oh, this one just busted completely wide open. Go ahead and pull that one off.
Yeah.
Pull that one off the side. That one's benched. We had to bench one. This one is done. Pepperoncinis are cooking really quickly here. So some of this bacon is just starting to not unravel, but really tighten, which is both good, but also really starting to make it just a little bit more difficult. But we'll go ahead and we'll keep watching that. Now, all right. Boom. Every time I open that, I tell you, it looks fantastic. So the rest of these, I think, Brett, these are done and done. Even though they did not all turn out perfectly as we welcome the cicadas to Central Florida, they still look they still smell amazing. And some of these worked out perfectly. So do you think it was a good idea pulling out the toothpicks?
It was fine. It didn't unravel. Well, some of them did unravel a little bit, but not nearly like I expected them to. So I would say good call because we were able to finish cooking the rest of the bacon on the sides. It just didn't seem like the heat was getting all the way to.
The last time we did this, we were able to get a real even cook all the way through. This one wasn't going well. We made the adjustment. You can do an adjustment as well. Another discussion we had was actually cooking the bacon all the way first, then breaking it up and actually making it part of the stuffed jalapeno for next time, which we might do as well.
No, and actually, Adam, that is a video we will do later, just so you can see another way to present these jalapeno poppers.
Right.
This is just one of the ways, and we're gonna start with the messiest way and work our way to the cleanest way. So either way, I know this is gonna be absolutely amazingly delicious.
Yep. I lowered the heat. We made some adjustments along the way. Again, I think that speaks to the confidence that you gain the more you griddle cook. You start to learn what works for you and what adjustments you need to make. This still turned out. I'm still anxious to get to these.
Results.
Right. My mouth is watering.
Mine too.
But Brett, like we say, it can look pretty.
It can smell amazing.
It does not look pretty. But it can smell amazing.
Yep.
But if this doesn't taste amazing,
This
was all for naught. Cheers. I'll eat to that.
My brother.
Hot and all. Oh my word. Come on.
Yep.
Come on. Okay, hold on. I need more. That's all I can say to that.
It goes out. So the bacon is perfectly crispy, hot, cooked all the way through, which did take a little extra time because we were only cooking the one side. And then you get the delicious bright snap from the jalapeno, and then the ooey gooiness of the cream cheese and the cheddar cheese. Adam, talk.
If I can make a point, thick cut bacon is key to this one. We were able to pull that tight, but right now as I was chewing it, I was just taking that bite in because the jalapeno is thick and it's got a lot of cream cheese in there, and that thick cut bacon wraps up in there so nice. It brings all the flavors together in such an amazing way. It's so hot I can't get another bite. I'm gonna wait for just a minute.
Yeah.
But while we're waiting, I know the pepperoncinis actually cooled down a little bit quicker, so let's go ahead and try those. And these ones, we already know the drill. Cheers, I'll eat to that, my brother.
Okay, that was kind of
Okay.
so much juice still in there.
It's like the pepperoncini is like melting in my mouth. Like it just is soft and like breaking away.
For some reason, it seems like the cooking it almost mellows out the spiciness that you get with the pepperoncini, which is usually a somewhat mild spice anyway, but
oh man, that is really, really good. It's a little bit spicy. I like pepperoncinis not nearly as much as Brett does, but I would say that's fantastic. However, to me, the jalapeno poppers are where it's at. So aside from coming to make these incredible bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers
and bacon-wrapped pepperoncinis.
Good call.
Yep.
Why else are we doing this?
Because all we do is twin.
No matter what. And with that, we bid you adieu.
And a jute.
Forget to like and subscribe. And griddle on.